Hello YouTubers, once again welcome to this tutorial. This is part 2 of the beginners series. In the previous part, that is part 1, we learned about how to construct the major scale. And I did show an example in the scale of C major, and I also gave a bonus in the scale of D major. At the end of the tutorial, I actually advised the viewers to go apply the formula that was given in order to construct all the 12 major scales and then to practice them. I want to believe that we have already done that. It is actually a long time since we did that scale construction. And today's tutorial is about constructing the scales. Remember, this is part 2. Immediately after we've constructed the scales, we're now constructing the chords. That is the diatonic chords of the scale. And if you look at the previous video in my channel, I'd actually explained that the diatonic chords are actually the chords built from the notes of the scale. And as a rule, the chord built from number 1 is always played as a major, number 4 is a major, number 5 is a major. The chord built on the 2nd scale degree, the 3rd scale degree, and the 6th scale degree are played as minor chords. And then the chord which is built on the 7th scale degree is played as a diminished or the half diminished chord. So straight away, I want to explain how to form the chord. If we take the scale of C major, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So to form the scale, we pick note number 1, note number 3, and note number 5. Then we have this. We go to number 2. Number 2 is D, and we play it as a minor. So we don't play the D major, but we play the D minor by lowering the 3rd. Remember, this is the 3rd in D. So we have this. Then E also, we play the E major, because that is number 3. Remember, this is the E major, but we play the E minor here. Then number 4, we play the F major. To pick note number 1, number 3, and number 5 in the scale of F major. Then chord number 5 is G major. We once again pick number 1, number 3, number 5 in the scale of G. And number 6, we have 1, flat 3, and 5 in the scale of A major. And then number 7 is the diminished. We play number 1, flat 3, and flat 5. That is, if we assume that we are in the scale of B, then we take note number 1, note number 3, we flatten it, note number 5, we flatten it, and then we end up with our B diminished, and then finally back to C, which is number 1. Once you've formed these diatonic chords, please practice them slowly, and this is the correct fingering. I would urge you to start using the correct fingering from the word go. We use finger number 1, finger number 3, and finger number 5. For those who are beginning, the pinky appears to be a little weak. It is because of how it is made, but with practice, it will become stronger. So I would urge you to practice them this way. And then once you practice the right hand, you also practice the left. Remember, I've maintained the same fingering. Number 1, finger number 3, and finger number 5, which is the pinky. Then you have the 2 hands combined, like what I did at the intro of this particular video. I was actually combining the 2 fingers and practicing the diatonic chords of the C major scale. Actually, that is as far as the C major scale is concerned. Remember this video we said that I'll give a bonus, just a slight bonus in the key of F sharp major. This is our F sharp. The left hand we have that is the F sharp major scale. And now to form the chords, we have, this is chord number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and the number 1. And then on your left hand, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And now when you put both hands together in practice, we have the chord number 1, chord number 2, chord number 3, 4, 5, 5, chord number 6, chord number 7, back to number 1, and you can also descend Please, now that you had already learned the 12 major scales, can you go ahead and form all the diatonic chords in all the 12 major scale and practice them until your hands become very comfortable? Today I've restricted this particular tutorial into the key of C major and F sharp major, but remember part 1 was actually between C and D. So that is all we had for today in this part 2 of the beginner series. Actually, if this is your first time in this channel, please consider giving me a subscription there. And if this video has added some value to you, please do like it and share it so that we can develop this channel even as we go on with this beginner series. Remember, I said this is a series that has got 10 parts, and this is part 2 where we were looking at the construction of the diatonic chords. Please slow down this video. You can stop it, you can rewind it, and watch it over and try to practice the diatonic chords. See you in the next video. That is part 3 of this beginner series. Bye bye.